The delivery room was packed with doctors, nurses, and high-tech equipment. They were helping the state governor's wife give birth while reporters waited outside. Then a baby's cry filled the room. A little girl with bright red hair, like actual fire, was born in the middle of cheers and celebration, with a future basically written in gold from day one. Almost no one knew that right next door, in a much quieter room, another birth was happening too. It took longer, it was harder, but eventually that baby arrived as well. And weirdly, she was also a red-haired girl. That day was February 29th, a leap day, a day that only shows up once every 4 years, and both girls felt like rare little miracles. While reporters crowded the hallway to celebrate the governor's newborn daughter, somebody noticed something strange through the glass of the delivery room next door. And just like that, 2 baby girls, born on a rare day, sharing the same fiery hair, ended up connected before either of us opened our eyes. Hi, I'm Rowan, the first redhead. My dad was the governor. I always knew how lucky I was. A happy life and a loving family. My parents supported everything I loved. I still remembered when Dad ordered me a full set of paintbrushes all the way from Italy the moment he realized how obsessed I was with painting. My dream was to become a world-famous artist. Literally everyone knew that, even Iris. Oh, she's the other red-haired girl from that old viral photo. Iris was gentle and sweet, even though kids at school could be brutal when they found out her mom worked night shifts as a nurse and she didn't have a dad picking her up. I still remember how Iris would laugh it off, then quietly cry in the bathroom later. I don't get why you still hang out with me. Your life is way too different. Because you're my friend, that's it. I mean, Rowan, thank you. You really matter to me. Iris already had so little, so I always tried to treat her extra kindly. She slept over at my house a lot, usually because her mom was working the night shift at the hospital. My mom says thanks for letting me sleep here again. And my mom said to just treat this place like your home. One night we sat in the garden drinking warm tea while waiting for shooting stars. Look! Oh, I wish I'd become an actress. On real screens, big ones. And I'll be an artist with paintings everyone in the world knows. We're gonna make it, right? When we're famous, we won't forget each other. Always. High school started and we grabbed attention on day 1. People recognized us.
Are you guys the Leap Day twins?
The red-haired girls! For weeks, students kept coming up to us just to take photos with us. Iris loved it. The attention, the admiration, all of it. She smiled more and got more confident every day. Me? Whenever I could, I'd slip away to some quiet hallway or hidden corner to get lost in my paintings. That's how I found that garden. It wasn't crowded, but the flowers were beautiful. Every afternoon, I'd take my canvas there and paint whatever my heart wanted. But sometimes I felt it, like someone was watching me. Around then, the attention slowly faded. People stopped talking about the redhead duo, and life went back to normal. This sucks. It's like we don't even exist anymore. I just laughed. Honestly, I liked the piece. One day in the school bathroom, I overheard 2 girls talking. I wasn't really paying attention until I heard our names. Honestly, Iris is only known because she looks like Rowan. Exactly. Without Rowan, she's nothing. Leap Day twins, please. One's the original, the other's just a copy. I took a breath, stepped out of the stall, and looked straight at them. You don't get to talk about Iris like that. They froze, muttered some awkward apology, and rushed out. Thank goodness Iris didn't hear. My fragile best friend did not deserve that. That afternoon, my art teacher asked me to stay after class. She smiled and slid an envelope toward me. This is an exchange program in Italy. They only accept a few students every year. You should think about it. My hand shook as I opened it. I read it again and again just to make sure it was real. An art school. In Italy. It felt like my dream was finally being seen. When I walked out, Iris was waiting. I thought she'd smile, scream, freak out with me like best friends do. But instead, her face slowly fell. If you leave, I don't think I can handle it. Those words hit way harder than I expected. We'd once promised each other under the stars that our future always included both of us. And yeah, I only had one best friend. Opportunities would come again, if I was really good enough. So in the end, I turned the offer down. In the days after that, I kept going back to the garden to paint. That's when I realized I wasn't alone. Through the ivy, I caught someone watching me. A really good-looking guy, sketchbook on his lap, pencil moving slowly, and trying terribly hard not to look embarrassed that I noticed.
Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you. I come here to draw too.
What are you drawing? He hesitated, then turned the sketchbook around. You drew me?
I'm sorry I didn't ask first. I just liked how calm you looked, like you forgot the whole world even existed.
I thought I'd be mad or call him a creep or something, but instead, I laughed. Jeez Louise, I'd never even thought of myself as pretty like that. I'm Rowan.
You can call me Elliot.
We sat there for a while talking about art, somehow totally in sync. Then we talked about everything else. Little by little, that garden became our spot. I smiled every time I knew I'd see him. My heart felt lighter around him. You've been smiling a lot lately. That's weird. I told Iris about the garden and about Elliot, because that's what best friends do, right? She listened at first, then frowned. Are you sure he really likes you? I mean, guys like that usually aren't serious. Elliot's not like that. People who pay that much attention, they're never simple. Just be careful, okay? I don't want you hurt. She squeezed my hand. I smiled back. Maybe she was right. I didn't even know Elliot that well yet. A few days later, Iris asked me to walk home so we could stop for ice cream. Halfway there, she suddenly froze. Wait, look! I followed her gaze and my chest tightened. On the other side of the street, Elliot was carrying a girl on his back. Her arms were loosely around his shoulders. Her head rested against his neck. Rowan, look at them. I didn't want to say anything before, but I had a bad feeling. I just stood there watching until they disappeared. That tiny spark I had inside me went out. After that, I avoided him everywhere. There was no reason to talk to him anymore. One afternoon in an empty hallway, someone grabbed my shoulder and turned me around. Elliot. He was way too close, his hand tightening around my wrist. My face burned instantly.
Why are you avoiding me? What did I do wrong?
I saw you with your girlfriend. You were carrying her. His face shifted, then relaxed.
She wasn't my girlfriend, just a stranger who got hurt. She asked me for help.
He's totally gonna lie. Trust me, he'll say he was just helping someone in need. No guy ever admits the truth. Stay sharp.
And Rowan, I should tell you, Iris texted me. She flirted with me. She knows about us and…
Stop! He looked right into my eyes, waiting. My mind spun. Iris had been my best friend for 17 years. And Elliot? I'm so sorry. I have to go. I went back to spending time with Iris like before. From the outside, nothing changed. But the easy happiness I once felt around her was gone. Then something wild happened. A TV network wanted to make a teen movie inspired by the red-haired Leap Day girls. They wanted me and Iris to play twins. Please! But my first instinct was to say no. That life wasn't mine. This is my dream, to be an actress on big screens. For a second, I thought about my art dream, the one I'd already sacrificed. But the joy in her eyes made me feel selfish for even hesitating. I had to support her, right? The audition took place in a real studio and Iris was shaking with excitement. They gave us the script right before we went in. I skimmed it and frowned. The scene they wanted was a fight between the twins.
We want it to feel real. Don't hold back.
We started acting. Iris's voice trembled like she was really emotional. Then it happened. She slapped me. It wasn't in the script. The slap was hard. My cheeks burned hot. The whole studio went silent.
Amazing. So real.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, Rowan. I didn't mean to hit that hard. I was just acting. Everyone laughed it off. The director looked thrilled. I nodded quietly, but I was the only one who saw her eyes in that moment. Cold, jealous, almost hungry. I couldn't recognize my best friend. The movie went ahead anyway. Months later, it premiered and blew up. Interviews, headlines, red carpets, everything hit at once. Iris was over the moon. She stepped forward a little more, answered first, glowed under the lights like a real star, and I was happy for her. The movie premiere press conference was loud and chaotic, with fans screaming and cameras flashing non-stop. A reporter pushed his mic forward from the crowd.
Iris, how do you feel about people saying you're just Rowan's shadow?
It was such a rude question. At first, I thought Iris would just ignore it. I guess. People don't really know what it feels like. The room went quiet. Only the sound of cameras kept clicking. I grew up poor. Kids at school made fun of me. They said I was just a copy.
That must have been really hard for you.
Yeah, I went through everything alone. And honestly, if I hadn't been strong enough, I don't think I'd even be here today. I looked at Iris and shook my head slightly, silently begging her to stop, just for a second, and remember us. Somehow she erased me and my family from her past. She denied every bit of love we gave her. And just like that, I became the villain in her story. Her tears suddenly made everything crystal clear. Iris had been jealous for a long time. She was craving what I had, wanting me pushed down so she could rise. But I still stayed quiet. I stood up to leave, then someone grabbed my hand. Elliot! Again!
Iris, I think you're only telling half the truth.
His voice was calm and steady, the way someone speaks when they've seen the whole picture. He talked about what really happened. The manipulation, the slow collapse of a friendship that once felt genuine but had been eaten away by jealousy. Liar! She lunged at him, yelling, her face twisted with anger, and people rushed in to hold her back. Watching her struggle like that, I knew there was nothing left to save. A year later, the red-haired duo had quietly disappeared from the media. Iris moved back in with her mom, returning to the life she tried so hard to escape. Her dream didn't end because of poverty. It ended because jealousy had hollowed her out from the inside. The door swung open and I couldn't help smiling when I saw his face.
Rowan, my love, I think it's time you moved somewhere new. Just for us.
Where? Elliot set 2 envelopes on the table in front of me.
Italy.
Next up, we've got the most special act of the day. Give it up for the boneless girl, Zoe!
I hopped onto the stage as the crowd cheered. I jumped right into my performance, picking up speed for a big leap across to the next bar. But just a few seconds of distraction, I couldn't keep the bucket balanced on my foot. It shot into the air, spinning wildly. The whole auditorium went dead silent. I froze, my face turning ghost white. Oh, shrimp tacos, I'm toast! Hey, I'm Zoe, 17 years old. I was born crazy flexible, so I turned it into my thing. Now I'm a performer at the Magical Circus, the most famous circus in town. One day, right before I hit the stage, I got a call from Dad.
Zoe, the real estate folks came again. They're still trying to buy our zoo.
I'd heard about it. Some company wanted to tear down my father's zoo for a fancy resort. Didn't you already say no?
I did, but it's been almost 3 months without visitors. I don't think we can hold on much longer.
Hang in there, Dad. I'll figure something out. Just then, the director called me in. It was my turn to go on stage. I quickly hung up the phone and went in to start my performance. But because I was so caught up worrying about Dad, I couldn't 100% focus on my performance. And in the end, I caused a total disaster. The bucket slipped off my foot, shot up into the air, and came crashing down right onto some guy's head. He stormed off before I could even apologize. Of course, the director roasted me afterward. That's when I found out that guy was Eric, a VIP guest the director had specially invited. I promised I'd find Eric tomorrow and apologize properly. Only then did the director finally chill out. Still, what really mattered now was saving the zoo. I decided to go straight to the real estate company and talk to the boss myself. Maybe there was still hope. But when the office door swung open, I nearly did a double take. Sitting at the director's desk was Eric. Yep, that Eric. What the fudge kind of cursed luck was this?
You, what are you doing here?
First things first, I should apologize, right? I forced my brightest, most sincere smile. I just wanted to say sorry about what happened at the circus. I didn't mean for any of it to happen. Eric gave me a cold stare.
If that's all, you can leave.
No, wait, there's something else. I heard you're trying to buy the Happy Zoo. It's my dad's and he really doesn't want to sell it. Could you maybe reconsider?
Not gonna happen.
Dang, that was ice cold. He was definitely still salty about the bucket incident. Please, the zoo means everything to my dad, so I seriously hope you can reconsider.
Honestly, your dusty little zoo's a lost cause. Buying it would actually be doing your dad a favor. You should be thanking me.
Then, what if I can bring the zoo back to life in 2 months? Will you back off?
Fine, 2 months. After that, I'll be waiting for you to hand it over yourself. Fair and square.
I hurried back and told Dad everything. We racked our brains trying to come up with ideas. Then I spotted a TV show about animal performers. And boom, an idea popped into my head. I would dress up as a bear and put on a show to draw people in. Dad loved the plan and found the best craftsman in town to make the costume. Super realistic, too. I spent 3 days getting used to moving and doing tricks inside it. It was exhausting. But quitting? Nah, not happening. That weekend, a group of elementary kids was coming for a field trip. Perfect timing. I suited up, sat in the bear enclosure, and waited. Soon enough, the kids came running.
Hi, Mr. Bear!
I waved back. No surprise, the kids' eyes went wide and their mouths dropped open. They swarmed around me, all chattering at once, and in the chaos, one little boy dropped his robot toy into the bear enclosure. I picked it up, and the boy looked like he was about 2 seconds away from bursting into tears.
That's mine! Give it back!
I handed it to him, and the kids gasped again.
The bear can understand us!
I did everything they asked, laying down, standing up, spinning. Then I busted out some flips, stretches, and juggling moves. The kids were screaming with excitement, and the teacher was busy filming the whole thing. The very next day, the video of the circus bear who could understand humans totally went viral. People got curious and started flocking to our zoo. Visitor numbers kept climbing, and before I knew it, the place that used to be a ghost town was packed every single day. I was over the moon. At this rate, winning the bet with Eric was just a matter of time. One day while I was doing my contortion routine inside the bear enclosure, I spotted a familiar figure walking over. It was Eric. He came closer, watching me with this amused look.
Heard this bear can understand people. Hey, lie down.
Yeah, I understood him all right, but like heck I was gonna listen. When he told me to lie down, I stood up. He said spin in a circle, I flopped flat on the ground. He said stand up, I spun like a merry-go-round. His face went blank like he just blue screened.
Mister, the bear's been following everyone's orders, except yours. Maybe he just doesn't like you.
No way. Hey bear, juggle something, now!
Oh, you want juggling? Say less. Eric's face lit up like a Christmas tree.
See? He's listening to me.
Before he could even finish, the ball smacked right into the cage, straight at his face. Everyone around burst out laughing. Eric's face turned beet red, part rage, part embarrassment. Watching him stomp off all huffy, oh, shrimp tacos, that was so satisfying. The summer heat was frying me alive. When the last visitors finally left, I bolted for the supply shed to ditch the bear suit. Whew, it felt like being reborn. I was closing the shed door, thinking about grabbing something to eat, when Eric popped out of nowhere, making me jump like a scaredy cat. Weren't you supposed to be gone?
How do you know I was even here? I haven't seen you since I arrived.
Oh, I saw you walking around earlier.
Is that so? Heard the zoo's been booming lately. Figured I'd come check it out.
Bet you were hoping we'd still be a flop, huh? Welp, tough luck. We're killing it right now. You're gonna lose the bet real soon.
Relax. There's still a whole month left. Don't get cocky yet. By the way, why's your shirt covered in bear fur?
Oh, fudge sticks. Not good. Well, I just fed the bears, that's all. Some fur must have stuck to me. Anyway, gotta go. Super busy. Bye. I bolted. Please, please, please let him not get suspicious. The next morning, just as we opened the zoo, I saw Eric storming straight into the bear enclosure. What the heck was he doing?
Zoe, take off the bear suit! I know everything! I found it hidden in the supply shed! Quit faking already!
Wait, what? He found the costume? But that wasn't even the worst part. He wasn't facing me. He was facing a real bear. I sprinted toward him, heart in my throat. Eric, get out of there! That's a real bear, not me! Eric whipped around, saw me, and pure terror hit his face. The bear was slowly creeping toward him. Play dead! Quick! Without even blinking, Eric dropped like a sack of potatoes. Thank the stars he listened. Bears usually lose interest if the prey looks dead. I yanked on my bear suit, jumped into the enclosure, and started waving around to distract the bear. As soon as I saw Eric scramble out safely, I finally exhaled. I asked Eric to meet up and talk. Whether I liked it or not, I had to face this head on. But he spoke first.
Thanks for saving me.
I'm sorry. If it wasn't for me, you wouldn't have ended up in that mess. Pretending to be a bear, I didn't have any other choice. This zoo and the animals here have been part of my family's life for so long. I had to save it, no matter what.
But do you really think you can keep pretending to be a bear forever? And have you ever thought maybe the animals here don't want to spend their whole lives locked up either?
His words hit me harder than I expected. I remembered those sweltering days inside that heavy suit, sweating under the burning sun, forced to perform tricks for strangers. Sometimes rowdy kids even threw stuff at me for laughs. It sucked, and maybe that's exactly how the animals felt too. But I don't know what else to do.
I have an idea. What if we turn this place into an eco-resort? A space where people can relax and experience nature, and the animals can live in a much better environment too.
Honestly, it was a brilliant idea. I agreed right away. A year later, the eco-resort was up and running. The ugly iron cages were gone, replaced by sprawling green meadows that matched each animal's natural habitat. Watching the rabbits chase each other across the grass made my heart feel so full.
Look at them. They're really happy.
Yeah, all thanks to your amazing idea. And speaking of which, I've got a circus show tonight. You should totally come. Don't worry, no buckets are gonna fall on your head this time. Pinky promise.
Jeez, Lois. I'm still traumatized from that day.
We strolled along together under the soft evening sun. Out of nowhere, his hand found mine. I turned my head and met his gentle gaze, feeling my heart turn into literal mush. I smiled and gave his hand a little squeeze back.
My camera was locked on the cutest little kids and wrapping presents under the Christmas tree. Okay, fine. It was also aiming at the handsome guy handing out candy canes next to them. Holy guacamole, that smile could melt the snow. Excuse me. A sharp voice cut through the festive vibe. There she was, just a few feet away, decked out in a Chanel suit, tapping her fingers like she owned the place. Are you even paying attention? I need you to capture this moment. It's important. She handed an envelope to the headmaster with a corporate-level smile. Make sure you get the right angle. This is for the newsletter. I clicked a shot of Mrs. Cyrus in all her glory as she donated on behalf of Cyrus Tech. Jeez Louise, the rich really know how to flex their generosity. You'll pay to do a good job after all. Not that I'd expect much from a street photographer like you. I swallowed my comeback like a pro. Years of practice had taught me to zip it and keep my cool when dealing with people like that. Hi, I'm Bella, 16, part-time photographer, full-time hustler. Taking pictures is how I keep the lights on. I grew up in a broke but happy family, with parents who always had my back no matter what. That night, I sat at my tiny desk, editing photos for the Christmas charity event. My eyes lingered on Candy Cane Guy's face for just a second too long. Catching myself grinning like a total simp, I quickly switched to the next shot. Just then, my phone buzzed. A client wanted Valentine's photos done early. I fired off a quick reply but paused after hitting send. I'd never had a boyfriend. With Valentine's Day about 2 months away, I decided it was time to spice things up. Goal: get a boyfriend. And hey, what about you? Got any Valentine's Day stories? Drop them in the comments below. The next evening, I was at a bougie restaurant snapping pics for a super cute couple. The guy nailed it with a bouquet of her favorite flowers. I captured their smiles, the way their hands intertwined during a kiss. It was honestly adorable. As I backed up for a wide shot, my heel snagged on something, and before I could say what the fudge, I crashed into a robot waiter. Oh no, I didn't mean to. So sorry. My face was on fire as I stared at the chaos I'd caused.
No big deal. Really, let me help.
I looked up and bam, it was Candy Cane Guy. He didn't seem to recognize me yet, probably too distracted by the robot mess.
It's my invention. Still working out the kinks. I'm Adrian.
Bella, so you're a tech genius and a candy cane distributor? Impressive resume. We both laughed at the unexpected reunion. Even the couple I was photographing giggled, clearly picking up on the vibe between us. By the time the shoot wrapped, snow was falling. As I stepped out of the restaurant, Adrian called after me.
Hey, it's late. Mind if I walk you home?
Since neither of us had a car, I figured he wasn't exactly living large. We walked under the snow, and it felt like something out of a rom-com.
I've seen your photos. They're amazing. And, well, you're really cool and cute.
Oh, thanks.
No, seriously. You're not like anyone I've ever met before.
As I waited for Adrian to buy me a hot coffee from the vending machine, I couldn't stop smiling. Yeah, I was falling for him. You again? I froze. Of course. It was Mrs. Cyrus. She stepped out of the posh hotel behind me, looking me up and down like I didn't belong. Young people like you never want to work hard, always lurking around, hoping to mooch off the rich. This time, she wasn't my client anymore, so I decided to clap back. With all due respect, I don't need to mooch off anyone, and maybe you should rethink your charity efforts. It's just a PR stunt for Cyrus Tech, isn't it? How dare you! Disrespectful!
Mom?
My heart skipped a beat. Adrian, holding 2 cups of coffee, walked toward us with his usual cheerful smile. Wait, she's your mom?
Yep, small world, huh?
The irony! Just when I was realizing my feelings for him, his mom showed up to wreck everything. And he was the heir to one of the wealthiest companies? Unreal!
How do you know this girl?
At the Christmas charity event. Mom, Bella's awesome. Who knows? She might even be my girlfriend someday.
Mrs. Cyrus stormed off without a word, leaving Adrian looking awkwardly between me and her retreating figure. It's a long story. I took the coffee he handed me, still trying to make sense of the chaos I just walked into. Adrian knew all about the not-so-great vibes between me and his mom, but he brushed it off. He said that one day, she would realize how amazing I was and eventually open her heart to me. From that moment, Adrian and I started seeing each other more often. He had this knack for making everything feel special. Sometimes he'd show up unannounced during my shoots, leaning casually against the wall, just watching me work like I was the most interesting thing in the world. Other times, he'd bring me little surprises, like a vintage camera lens or a rare roll of film he tracked down. One afternoon, Adrian took me to a lakeside spot, claiming it was the perfect place to capture a fiery sunset. And boy, was he right. The scene was so breathtaking I thought about submitting the shot for a photography contest. As I swung my camera toward Adrian, who was tinkering with his mini robots, I grinned. Hold still.
Should I start charging a modeling fee?
Please, you're not that good looking, trust me.
Oh yeah? How about this?
He struck over-the-top poses, going full extra just to make me laugh. We ended up chasing each other around the lake like kids, until he tackled me gently onto the soft grass.
Chill, I just wanted to tell you something. Bella, I like you a lot.
The air went completely still. I could hear the pounding of my own heartbeat and the soft sound of his breath beside me. I like you too. He smiled and kissed me, and for a second, the world stopped spinning. The days that followed felt like a dream. We were officially a couple, and everything about Adrian made me feel like the luckiest girl alive. We pulled up to the city's largest mall, the one his family owned. Walking inside, I couldn't help but feel a bit out of place. Everything about this place screamed luxury, from the marble floors to the exclusive Chanel boutique ahead of us. I don't think
You deserve to feel special. Let me spoil you. Just this once, okay?
A swarm of salespeople descended on us like they'd hit the jackpot.
She's my girlfriend. Treat her like a queen.
When we left, I barely recognized myself in the expensive outfit I was wearing. Behind us, a small army of security guards carried more shopping bags than I could count. As we got into the car, Adrian wrapped his arm around my waist. You really didn't have to do all this.
I wanted to. Oh, by the way, my mom wants to meet you.
Meet Mrs. Cyrus? After everything that had happened? And now as her son's girlfriend, what was I supposed to do? Mrs. Cyrus arranged for dinner at her family's luxury hotel. My nerves were off the charts as Adrian held my hand and guided me inside. But the longer the dinner dragged on, the more the tension rose. So, what exactly is that you do? I'm an amateur photographer. It helps me pay for school. Our family has never had to worry about trivial expenses like tuition. We've always envisioned Adrian with someone who could elevate his future.
Mom, Bella is incredibly talented and hardworking. That's exactly why I love her.
Bella, I have to ask, are you with Adrian for love or for what he can give you? After only 2 meetings, I already find you impulsive and immature.
Her words cut deep, like daggers straight to my heart. I couldn't take it anymore. Mrs. Cyrus? I don't need to prove myself to you. If you can't see who I am beyond my circumstances, that's your issue, not mine. I stood up, ignoring Adrian's pleading grip on my hand.
Bella, wait.
No, I'm not staying here to be insulted like this. I walked out, my heart racing as I heard Mrs. Cyrus calling for Adrian to come back. I didn't turn around. Back at my tiny apartment, I felt more defeated and humiliated than ever before. The next morning, as I opened my window, a sleek car stood out against the modest street. A few hours later, while shooting some landscapes at the playground, I noticed a man was watching me. Creeping up behind him, I slammed him against a tree. It didn't take long to figure out who he was. One of the Cyrus family's bodyguards.
Please, I have a wife and son. Mrs. Cyrus ordered me to keep an eye on you and Mr. Adrian.
The anger and helplessness stayed with me well into the night. I couldn't sleep, tossing and turning until I heard the familiar tap of pebbles against my window. Adrian.
I know what my mom did, and I'm sorry, Bella, but I'm not letting her come between us.
Adrian, this is all too much.
Shh, I don't care. I love you, Bella. Tomorrow's Valentine's Day, and we're going to have the most amazing night ever.
He gave me hope. Hope I couldn't bring myself to refuse. On Valentine's morning, I woke up early to make something special for Adrian. The smell of melting chocolate filled my tiny apartment, sweet and full of promise. As I finished up before noon, a sharp knock echoed from the door. Standing there was a stranger, a girl in a sleek Chanel outfit, radiating an intimidating vibe. I'm Adrian's ex-girlfriend. Straight to the point, no sugarcoating. I came to warn you, he's not the ideal boyfriend you think he is. He'll shape you into what he wants. Or worse, what his family wants. Adrian's not like that with me. Whatever, but I've been where you are. Did Mrs. Cyrus send you? I'm here because I know how this story ends. Every fairy tale princess pays a price. She left, leaving behind a storm of doubt in my heart. Not because I didn't trust Adrian, but because his mom clearly wasn't backing down. Still, I shook off the unease and prepared for Valentine's evening. The fairy lights glowed warmly across the garden, casting a romantic ambience any girl would dream of. My cheeks flushed as I approached the scene, and there he was. Adrian sat at a table in the middle of the garden, but across from him sat another girl, their hands resting together on the table. I froze, my voice catching in my throat as the box of chocolates slipped from my hand, shattering into pieces. Both of them turned, and that's when the shock hit me like a freight train. Girl wasn't just someone else. She was me.
Bella, you're here!
What is this? Adrian ran to me, his face still radiating the same happiness and kindness as the first time we met.
She's everything I love about you. I studied so carefully. She's perfect. Even my mom will approve. She's calm, poised, everything you need to fit into my world.
I stared at him, my chest tightening with disbelief and rage. You made a robot to replace me?
No. You're still you. This is just the perfect version of you. One that can win over my mom. You'd still be in my life, just without all the pressure of adapting to my world.
This is insane! That thing, it's not me! Adrenaline surged through me. Grabbing a nearby chair, I hurled it at the robot. Sparks flew as it short-circuited, its lifeless body collapsing to the ground. Adrian stared at the wreckage, mouth opening and closing as if searching for words. But I wasn't about to stick around. I didn't feel regret, just profound disappointment. Looking back, the universe had thrown me plenty of red flags about this toxic relationship. I'd just been too blinded by love to see them. I spent the rest of Valentine's wandering the city streets. Around me, couples laughed, holding hands, their faces glowing with happiness. My own attempt at a perfect Valentine's date had gone up in flames, but I hadn't lost faith in love itself. Maybe I just needed to wait a little longer. Fireworks exploded overhead, painting the night sky with vibrant colors. Instinctively, I raised my phone to capture the moment of a couple in love. On a whim, I posted the photo to my photography page with a simple caption, "Love as it should be." The photo blew up almost instantly, earning comments and praise. In the middle of my darkest night, this tiny spark of joy reminded me why I loved capturing the world. As I stood from the park bench, ready to head home, someone bumped into me.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I looked up to see a Cupid mascot standing in front of me, scattering cookies from the collision.
This costume is terrible for visibility.
No worries. Here, let me help you. Our hands brushed as I reached out to help, and that's when I finally saw his handsome face. Oh,